Hey guys.
Howdy.
Welcome to this video.
There you go.
Jamal. We're gonna talk about our love story today. We also went to our venue on Saturday, so. Cocktail hour.
This is where all the John Mayer's gonna be.
Oh, they're like setting up. So the fun thing about this venue is that there's 3 different places you can get married at. Jamal's pick is this. My pick is this. I think if it was dressed up, it's very me. Like it's just green and rustic, and I like that. But I like Jamal's because so it'd be a straight shot to him. I think that's where we left off.
Bought a ski rack.
You can't talk about your ski rack. Do you think it was a valuable appointment?
They could have just given us the binder when we did the deposit.
It basically just gave us like our timeline, and they just like handed it to us. And we were like, why didn't we just get this when we paid the deposit? And we went home, and what did we do? Jamal renovated the bathroom. I'll probably pop that in right here. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so I guess that brings us to now.
To now, yes.
Now we're going to talk about our love story. Kick us off, babe.
It was probably August, I guess. So I had to introduce myself to all the new coaches, and then drove my little golf cart down to the gym because y'all were having a parent meeting. And I had to meet the new cheer coach, which so happened to be Ashley. Then we kind of just chatted for a little bit. I walked down, I was like, it's kind of hot.
I can't put that in.
So I told her, same thing I tell all my coaches, if you need anything, here's my number, give me a call, and that was it.
Okay, my version.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, he's pretty dead on. I was having a parent meeting. It was my like first day there. AD was like, oh yeah, our athletic trainer is coming. I actually like saw his side profile and I was like, ooh, he's hot. And I definitely was like, oh, he's trouble. And I was smiling like ear to ear and was like, nice to meet you. And I just like shook his hand and I was like, play it cool, Ash, play it cool.
She played it cool.
I was also like in front of all the parents, so I was already in like professional mode. So I was just like, hi, nice to meet you. And I gave him my number because he asked for it. I know he asked all the other coaches, whatever. Like, he is way too good looking to be like anything but trouble. But I instantly thought he was hot, for sure.
Same.
So fast forward.
So I'd pop in, just like I pop in on all my teams. May or may not have stayed a little longer, but that was also because we would sit and chat.
You always stay late and talk about traveling and ask if I want anything to eat. Do you always do that for all the coaches? No.
Just the cute ones.
Multiple?
Yeah, you. No other cute one has come along, so that worked out. Like, practice visits would get longer. One time I stayed your entire practice and we chatted. But you also sat with me that day. She was like, oh, like, we should hang out sometime. And then I was like, yeah. And invited you to my housewarming party. That she knew I was building a house.
You're trying to throw that in there?
Yeah, kind of.
Like my house.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you can come to my housewarming party for the house that I am building for myself.
Oh.
Now it's become her house.
So cute. My version. I agree. He kept coming to my practices, like as normal. He should be checking on the teams that are there. I would definitely say like he was flirting with me. I also didn't want to date my coworker.
She was big on that one. Well, not that she told me at the time, but like she told me after the fact, like I never tried because I didn't want to date my coworker.
I literally told myself, don't date your coworker. Like that's the worst thing you could do, especially when there are teenage kids that I coach involved. They would have found out we were dating, and if that went wrong, how flippin' awkward would it be every time he walks in? Like, just don't do that to yourself. Especially, I was new here. I moved from Kentucky here. So I didn't want to be that girl. Now, like, I love this town and these kids, and everyone knows. I was also like, don't flatter yourself. Like, he probably flirts with everyone. Like,
yeah, she really thought I was like a player.
Which is the furthest thing from what Jamal is. Not like at all.
I was like doing my own thing.
My friend was like, he is so into you. Like, don't be stupid. And I was like, no, he's not.
Stina saw it, the girls saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I saw it, but like.
No, you saw it and they saw straight through you. And me. Like we were both, she's like, the way he looked at you, I always knew you guys would get married. And she did say that from day one before we were even dating. And we were like, that's crazy, like marriage, whoa. But I would like sly flirt with Jamal and be like, we should grab lunch, like I could always use more friends. Whenever he would mention the house, and I would say like, all the other coaches should come. Like I would always try and make it seem like a friend thing.
Which also threw me for a loop.
I never said like, let's go on a date, me and you. I was like, let's grab lunch. Or
just, she'd always say like, let's grab lunch, which I guess could be a date.
I tried to keep it casual, but I also wanted the lines blurred.
We went on this like 3 month of like partial texting, more flirting at practice, not hanging out. You had a cheer competition.
I was like, let's get dinner after.
Yeah.
I remember I really liked you. Like, I felt like no guy understood why I was like out until 10 o'clock coaching. I feel like with you, I rescheduled dinner plans and he didn't care that. He was like, oh yeah, she has a cheer competition. Like, he understood.
I mean, in my head, like, I know that competition exactly, and I know, like,
exactly.
when you told me you were like, oh, we'll get lunch at 2, I was like, hours go by from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and she's like, hey, I'm getting on the bus. I'm like, okay, cool. Knowing that she's probably exhausted.
He even offered to reschedule, and so I was like, oh, does he maybe not want to? Christina was like, he's just being sweet. I was questioning in my head, like, is it a date? Is it not a date? Because I had made it so confusing of like. She
drew that line really. I was like, oh shoot, I don't want her to think I think it's a date.
I remember you didn't pay for my food, and I was like, oh, it wasn't a date.
I don't know how to.
Christina was like, invite him over. He was just such a sweetie and so nervous.
Seriously, I'm not sweet anymore.
Nerve ball. Definitely have your moments. If there was no Christina, this would have taken, we wouldn't be engaged right now, I'm telling you.
After that, like, we kind of just all hung out and talked. Ash went to the bathroom. Christina literally goes, all right, guys, do you like each other or what? I was like, well, I wasn't looking to date, I guess, and I don't know if she was like, yeah, like, let's start dating tomorrow.
You also didn't know me.
So I was like, well, like, yeah.
I said, are you too scared to say it? He was like hiding under a blanket, you guys. I will say she was drilling him. It was late. Like, do you like her? Yes or no? Do you want to get married? Yes or no? I could tell he was like kind of nervous. I'm usually the kind of girl that's like, chase after me or get in line. Like, I don't have time for that. It's like, God,
Jamal's not a chaser. So.
I was just like, he is just so sweet and so freaking cute, and he's hiding under a blanket right now, this grown man. And I was just like, if you're not gonna say it, I'll say it. I was like, I think you're hot. And I would go on a date with you. Like, kind of like came out from his blanket and was like, oh, do you remember?
I wasn't completely under the blanket.
You were literally like hiding, and then what's the word? I shoot my shot.
Shot your shoot.
Shotted my shot. Shoot my shot like hard.
She went for it.
I went for it, and I've never done that for a guy. And Christina was like, I'm going to bed and I'm leaving you two to this. We laid away from each other and just like talked.
Casually laid, yeah.
Jamal gonna go, and I remember thinking like, there's no way this boy is gonna kiss me, because he couldn't even say that he liked me. He like did the whole thing, and I was like, oh my God, and we kissed.
I saw fireworks in her eyes. She was so excited. Probably the best day of her life. Second to this one.
That was it for me.
Yeah.
The rest was history, I feel like.
Yeah.
So our second date, the second like real hangout, like we would hang out after practice sometimes literally in the parking lot. And he was like, hey, we could go get dinner, or we could have dinner at my mom's, because he was staying with his mom while this house was building. Crap, like meeting his mom on that. Here we go.
And she met mom, and now her and mom are like best friends. Pre-engagement even, like they were best friends.
Like, I felt at home.
Accepted.
I didn't feel like I was out of place there.
Went on a 2-week trip. It was kind of my turning point. I mean, I hadn't like really dated for like 3 years. When I was like, all right, like this will kind of be my indicator. Like, do I think about her when I'm gone? Do I miss her? Or like want to talk to her while I'm snowboarding? Am I gonna be like, oh, like I'm with my friends, I don't want to talk to you? Or like, I text her the whole way up, throughout the day, you know, when I could, and then on the way back down. FaceTime you at night and stuff, and like, so I was like, I'm still into her even though like I'm not home.
We're kind of in a bubble, so I can see where your nerves were coming from.
Yeah, so I got back the 2nd, and then I asked her to be my girlfriend on the 5th. So like right after, I didn't wait. Fast forward 11 months, I asked her to be my fiance, and here we are today.
It's funny because I was so reluctant to be with Jamal, but then once I was with you, I was like so just like about him. Yeah, so we started dating on January 5th of 2020. Our first date was in November of 2019. When did it just like flip into such a serious thing for you? Like
probably when I got back from the trip and I asked you out.
Like, what made you make me your fiance in 11 months? We went from like, I'm going on this trip and I need to make sure I want to be with this girl, to like, let me ask her to be my girlfriend when I get back. 11 months later, like, we're gonna get married. I snapped like 11 months was a snap. It wasn't a snap in COVID.
It's just like things like we don't fight. I went on another like 2-week trip. We talked throughout it. She was cool. She wasn't like, you can't go on your trip with your friends. You need to be home. Kind of so many things like built up to be like, all right, like this is it. Oh, not on video.
I can take it home.
No. What about you?
Jamal really did more for my heart than he like realizes. When we first started dating, I kept saying things like, I'm just waiting for the roof to fall in. I've just never had someone that was into me and then stayed that way throughout the relationship.
I feel like things have been pretty normal, like consistent between us.
It's always been consistent. Beginning, I was just so like, dating him, he's great, he's amazing, but we'll see how he is in 5 months. And I would tell everyone and Jamal, poor Jamal, I don't know how you like dealt with me saying stuff like that. But I would always be like, just wait until you don't like me, or just wait until we fight, or just wait until this happens. And he never like paid any mind to that. And I don't know when I even stopped saying it. I didn't even make the conscious decision to stop saying it. He just like had proven to me like you can like trust someone, like love someone, and he just never ever was mean to me, never put me down for anything I wanted to do. No matter how silly, like if I put him in front of a camera,
here I am.
He supports it, even though I know he hates attention and cameras. I've gone through a job change, I've moved, I've done like all of these things in just my short year in Arizona, but he just supported me. We never fought, like he said. And
shortly after, you moved in for like a month and a half too.
So COVID hit hard and we were together for only 4 months officially. I would love to like stay with him, especially that this house is so nice, so new. He was like putting things, like getting the yard together and doing all this stuff, and I was like, oh, I'd love to help him like if he wants. Now I'm like, push, push, push.
Like, all right, this screen, this mirror, this tile, go do it. I'm like, oh. Cool, not my bathroom, it's yours, I suppose.
And we lived together for 6 weeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we fought.
No, if this is our biggest
problems, it was just like nicks.
If that's our biggest nick, it might have been like my tissues. Like I have a runny nose and I leave tissues.
She leaves them in the clothes, and when I do laundry, they go all over the laundry. It's so much fun. I love it so much.
It's his favorite thing about me. Thank you. You're welcome, I know, you're welcome. I think once I stopped saying those things and you like really brought out like the trust in me and like the better in me, I feel like I was like, that's my honey, like 1000%. Like
we are. Now we're planning a wedding.
We got engaged in December.
She picked the venue while I was on a snowboarding trip.
1 week later, I want to end it though with one question. What are you most excited about when it comes to marriage?
I don't know, I wasn't expecting the one-on-one.
I think for marriage, I'm most excited to be what I've already felt we are. I've never looked at Jamal like he's just my boyfriend. He's always been more to me. He's the father of my future children one day. We're gonna get a house together. We're gonna build one together. We could just do all the things that I've already known are coming. Because now I can move in. I
mean, you took all the good points of it. Just kind of doing life with my best friend.
Don't say best friend, I'm gonna cry.
Just having you always here.
I'm emotional. Have a good Tuesday. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, babe. You did so good. He was a little nervous at first. It's just like our relationship, and then he flourishes. You'll see Jamal again soon because
don't count on it.
He does what I want.
That's valid. I'll probably see you soon. Love you.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Do the thing that everyone tells you to do. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, JamalBeachery.com.
Experience the Explored.
Exactly. I will put that
some fun
here.
travel stuff.
Follow me at Aquilina. We will see you later. Bye.